for Democracy, members of the High Table, members of the Fourth Estate, I call them my friends. Because if you do not befriend the journalists in this country, you are heading for doom. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today marks another milestone in the democratic journey of our beloved country, Sierra Leone. I regard this occasion not only as a victory for the National Commission for Democracy, but also a celebration of one of the pillars of the agenda for prosperity of His Excellency the President, symbolizing a beginning and a continuity, signifying a renewal as well as positive contribution to the promotion of citizenship, nationalism, patriotism, and social cohesion in Sierra Leone. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, allow me to congratulate Dr. Abubakar Kadbo, the Chairman for the National Commission for Democracy, under whose leadership has made this possible. And Madam Georgette Demarc, despite the fact she is not here, who laid the foundation before the end of a 10-year service to the Commission. I'm confident, and very confident, that under your able chairmanship, Dr. Kadbo, at NCD, the cause of our collective contribution to our democracy through civic education, as enshrined in your statutory mandate, will be further strengthened despite the general resource constraints. Let me at this juncture assure you of my full support and cooperation. Today, the 1st of October 2016, is a date to which the citizens of the western region of Sierra Leone are greeting a new development. Words cannot adequately express my joy and pride of being the Minister of Political and Public Affairs, the first woman to hold this position. To be privileged to cut the curtain to the new office of the National Commission for Democracy in the Western region. It is a unique privilege which I shall always remember, and it gives me strength and courage as a woman leader in government, dedicated to the service of the people from the most remote parts of the country to Freetown. It is a wonderful day, and it is also the more wonderful because we have awaited it with increasing impatience, compelled to watch one of our important democratic institutions expanding its function to the service of the nation. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is the beauty of the decentralization agenda of our governments. This also shows that NCD is strengthening its position in the promotion of the principles of democratic governance, which is also a clear vision of His Excellency the President, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma. The conventional wisdom and expectation is that the emergence and decentralization of democratic institutions, as NCD has done, will help to strengthen the country's democratic prospects. This is the practical reality and legacy of our governments. The intention is that this will provide citizens the opportunity and access to services from these governance institutions. I do not want to sound self-congratulatory in the face of our common challenge. This is because our nation needs more civic and political education than ever before in the history of our country. Yes. The time is now. The recent youth cliques and gang violence seems to explain that we are still facing a continuum between war and peace in the post-conflict period. This has justified my claim that we all need to think deeper, to ask ourselves, what are the rights and responsibilities of the citizens of Sierra Leone? Do we want another war? No. Are we ready to face the challenges of this country and to tell our fellow citizens, you are wrong to your face? What is our definition of common purpose, common good, or even public good? How much value do we, as a nation, put on the individual human life? Who does Sierra Leone, in reality, belong to? Is it President Koroma, or is it to all of us? We need to sit down and ask ourselves that question. What are the weight or the influence, or even the stability and mandate of our civil society structures expected to complement government efforts? What have we changed for the better since the end of the 11-year civil war, and what lessons have we learned? Are we still going to continue with the sycophancy? Are we still going to continue with the PhD syndrome, the puller down and the pulling down? My brothers and sisters, today is a new day, it is a new dawn. When we leave here, let us ask ourselves, are we doing the right thing to promote the agenda for prosperity? Are we ready to take over the ownership of this country? Are we ready to stand up and say enough is enough? That is the only country that we have. I would not like to bore you with too many details, but just find civic responses to these questions. As a minister on behalf of His Excellency the President, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, I want to encourage every citizen of Sierra Leone to be civic-minded in a manner that will contribute to raising public awareness on the value of democracy and the threats to our democracy. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, notwithstanding the achievements of Ncd'S and our government, our democratic interests are still threatened. I repeat, with respect to youth violence, and there is still more work to be done by all of us to optimize our achievements. I must implore Ncd'S to collaborate with similar sisters institutions to increase its civil education function. For the people of Western, urban and rural, let the news go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the Western Region Office is being relocated to Levin Joy Junction. This simply means that a new office is being born with a renewed spirit to serve citizens of this district and the region. Let everyone know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we are all prepared to contribute to civic education in order to assure the survival and the successes of our democracy. I want to offer a special pledge to convert our good words into good deeds. Help the Western Region Office realize the purpose for which it is being relocated to Dre. Some might be thinking it is a newborn child. In some cases, you might be right to say so, and that you might not be expecting much from a newborn child. But let me say at this point that you might be wrong. I will assure you that this child is already made well brought up. Already been well nurtured by his mother, Madame Georgia Dima, the former commissioner for the Western region, who laid the foundation before the expiration of her 10-year service to the Commission at the 9th floor of the West Wing of the UU building, the headquarters, through the leadership of Dr. Abubakar Kagbo. And I want to assure you that the Western Region Office is well prepared to serve you. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to conclude my statement by reaffirming my commitment as Minister of Political and Public Affairs on behalf of the government and the people of this great country to encourage everyone to participate actively towards the advancement of our collective goals and objectives for the benefits of our beloved country, Sierra Leone. It is our strong belief that this office will continue to promote and defend the common cause of promoting and strengthening our democracy. Let me at this point ask the members of the high table to accompany me whilst I cut the tape to open the office.